The broken warrior, the battlefield was silent. Smoke covered the sky. Fire burned in broken machines. Bodies lay everywhere. Some human, some alien. The war had ended for now. A human soldier named Jack Carter walked slowly through the wreckage. His armor was damaged. His arm was bleeding. But he was alive. Jack looked around. So much death. So much pain. He had seen many battles, but this one felt different. Then, he saw it. In the middle of the field, next to a burning alien ship. Something moved. It was not dead. Not yet. Jack walked closer and saw an alien warrior, tall, strong-looking, with purple skin and glowing eyes, but he was not standing. He was lying on the ground, not moving his legs. His body was broken. His legs were twisted. His armor was cracked. He was paralyzed. The alien stared at Jack. His face was full of pain, but also something else, fear. "Help! Me!" the alien said in a deep, weak voice. Jack stopped. This was not just any alien. This was one of the enemy. The same warriors who had killed many humans. The same ones who destroyed cities that other human soldiers walked by. One looked at the alien and said, "Let him die. He deserves it." Another spat near him. "They wouldn't help us. No one cared." No one wanted to save him, but Jack didn't move. He looked at the alien again. The warrior was young, maybe the same age as Jack. He looked like a fighter, not a monster. And in his eyes, Jack saw something. Desperation. Jack knelt beside him. "Why should I help you?" Jack asked. The alien coughed. "Because you are not like them." Jack was confused. "What do you mean? You still have a heart." Jack said nothing. He looked around. No one was watching. No one would care if he helped or walked away. But in his mind, Jack remembered something. A memory. Years ago, his own brother was left behind during a battle. No one helped him. They said it was too risky. Jack never forgot that day. He made a choice. "Don't move," Jack said. "I'm going to lift you." The alien gasped in shock. "Why?" "Because I can't walk away." "Not again." Jack picked up the alien warrior and carried him through the smoke. The alien was heavy, but Jack didn't stop. Other soldiers stared. Some whispered. One officer yelled, "Jack! What are you doing?" Jack didn't answer. He just kept walking. He brought the alien to an old bunker nearby, half broken, but still safe. He put him down gently. "What's your name?" Jack asked. The alien hesitated. "My name is Kelver. I am a warrior of the Zilari elite." "Well, Kelver, you're lucky I found you." Kelver laughed weakly. "No, you're not lucky. You're in danger now." "What do you mean?" Kelver looked serious. "My people do not forgive weakness. They will hunt me. And now they will hunt you too for helping me." Jack was silent. Kelver looked away. "They think I failed. They think I'm useless now." Jack sat beside him. "That's what they said about my brother too. That's what they say when they don't want to care." Kelver studied Jack. "Why do you care?" Jack shrugged. "I guess I'm just tired of watching people die." Then something strange happened. Kelver's chest began to glow. A soft light came from under his skin. It moved like liquid inside him. Jack stepped back. "What is that?" Kelver looked down. "It's my blood. It's changing." "Is it a weapon?" Kelver shook his head. "No, it's a secret. A part of me that even my people fear." Jack looked curious, but also nervous. "You don't know what you've just done, human," Kelver whispered. "By saving me, you have started something bigger than both of us." Suddenly, a distant sound filled the air. A ship. Not human. Not friendly. Jack stood up and grabbed his weapon. "We're not alone." Kelver's eyes glowed brighter. "They're coming. And they won't care who you are." Jack looked down at him. "Then we fight, together." Kelver smiled. "You are strange, human, but I'm glad it was you." Outside, The sound of engines grew louder. Inside. 2 warriors, 1 human, 1 alien prepared to survive. And so began a story no one expected. A story of war, honor, and something even more dangerous. Hope. Enemy or friend. The first thing Kelver saw when he opened his eyes was a human aiming a gun at the door. Smoke still floated in the bunker. The walls were cracked. Dust fell from above. Outside, enemy ships passed slowly in the sky, scanning the land for survivors. Inside, Jack stood with his weapon ready. He hadn't slept. He hadn't eaten. But he didn't care. He only watched the door. Kelver groaned. His body still felt heavy. His legs wouldn't move. But he could speak now. You didn't run, he said. Jack didn't look at him. No, why? Jack finally turned. Because they're hunting you. And I helped you. That means they're hunting me too. Kelver looked away. You should have let me die. Jack stepped closer. I don't leave people behind. Kelver stared at him. I'm not people. I'm the enemy, Jack sighed. You're not the only one tired of this war. There was a short silence. Then Kelver said something unexpected. You're strange for a human, Jack smirked. You're strange for an alien. Kelver laughed, but the sound hurt his ribs. He coughed and winced in pain. I need medical tools, Jack said. Something to help you heal. Your bones, they're not like ours. Kelver nodded weakly. In my armor, left side, small compartment. Jack found it. A hidden patch of alien tech. It pulsed with soft blue light. What is this? Jack asked. Kelver hesitated. It's called lifeblood, a healing liquid. Only the elite carry it. Jack opened it carefully. Why didn't you use it yourself? Kelver looked ashamed. I thought I would die. I didn't want to waste it. Jack applied the lifeblood to Kelver's wounds. The skin began to repair slowly. The pain in his face eased. This doesn't belong to your species, Jack said. It feels older, ancient. Kelver was quiet for a moment. You're right, he whispered. It doesn't belong to us. Jack's eyes narrowed. What do you mean? Kelver turned his head. This tech was stolen a long time ago. From a race even we fear. My people have used it, but never fully understood it. Jack stepped back. Why are you telling me this? Kelver looked directly into his eyes. Because I'm already dead in their eyes. I have nothing left to lose. Before Jack could respond, a sudden buzz came from the corner of the room. A tiny drone. Watching them. Jack shot it, but it was too late. They know, Kelver said. They're coming. Jack grabbed his gear. We have to move. I can't walk. I'll carry you again, Kelver grunted. You're really not like the others, Jack smiled. You'll learn that about humans. They moved through the ruins, Jack carrying Kelver over his back, step by step. Each second more dangerous than the last. Suddenly, Kelver's body twitched. His arm moved slightly. He noticed it too. The lifeblood, it's working, he said. Slowly, but it's fixing my nerves. Jack looked surprised. Then, we just need time. We don't have time, Kelver replied. A sound behind them, a deep hum. An alien scout hovered in the air. A machine. No mercy, no voice. Only death. It aimed at Jack, but before it could fire, Kelver raised his arm and shot it with a pulse from his own armor. The machine exploded in sparks. Jack blinked. You moved. Kelver was breathing hard. I told you slowly. They found an old comms tower. Broken, but still giving shelter. Inside, Kelver spoke again. There's something I must tell you, he said. Something you won't believe. Jack leaned in. Try me. Kelver looked serious. My people were never supposed to fight yours. This war was planned by something else. Jack frowned. What are you talking about? Kelver's voice dropped to a whisper. There's a shadow behind the war. A hidden force. They want our species to destroy each other. Why? Jack asked. Because if we unite, Kelver said, we become a threat. Jack sat back, shocked. So we've been killing each other. For nothing? Kelver nodded slowly. Not nothing. For their plan. Jack clenched his fists. So what now? Kelver looked up at him. Now we survive. Then we show them what happens when enemies become allies. Outside, more drones flew past the ruins, searching. Inside, a human and an alien began to build something stronger than fear. Trust. Secrets in the blood. Jack didn't feel pain anymore. That scared him more than the pain ever did. He sat alone beside the dying fire in the corner of the bunker. Outside, the world was broken. Inside, something inside him was waking up. His hands still glowed sometimes, just a flicker under the skin. Like a hidden storm. Jack hadn't told Kelver how strange he felt. Not yet. Kelver was sleeping, or trying to. The alien warrior still couldn't move his legs, but the lifeblood had started healing his nerves. He had more color in his face now, more strength in his voice. But Jack was changing faster than anyone expected. He had only touched the alien lifeblood to help. Now it was helping him. Or changing him. He didn't know which. He closed his eyes and tried to rest. That's when it happened again. A dream, but it wasn't his. He saw stars, planets he'd never visited. Machines that walked like men. Voices speaking in a language that wasn't Earth's. But somehow he understood them. He carries the seed. It grows inside him. He is the bridge. Jack woke up gasping. Sweat on his face. Fire in his veins. Kelver opened one eye. You saw them, didn't you? Jack stared at him. Saw who? Kelver sat up slowly. The ones who made the lifeblood. The ones my people tried to copy, and feared. You've seen those dreams too? Jack asked. Kelver nodded. Since I was a child. But they were never this strong. You've bonded deeper than I ever have. Jack looked at his hands. What is this stuff? Kelver's voice was low. It's more than medicine. It's memory. A living code. Passed through blood. For thousands of years. Not just to heal, but to teach. To prepare. Jack frowned. Prepare for what? Kelver looked directly at him. War. Jack laughed once. We're already in a war. Kelver's voice turned cold. No, that war is small. The real one is coming. And you may be the first human who can survive it. Silence. Jack felt a chill, even though the fire was still burning. He stood and walked to the back of the bunker, where an old mirror hung broken on the wall. He looked at himself. His eyes looked sharper. His skin seemed stronger. Even his voice had changed, calmer. Deeper. More focused. He didn't just feel different. He was different, and part of him liked it. But before he could think more, a red light blinked in the ceiling. An old human sensor, still active. Jack moved fast. They found us. He. Sud, Kelver grunted. Human soldiers or mine? Jack checked the signal. Not sure, but they're close. He grabbed Kelver's armor and helped him up. Can you walk? Kelver tried. One step, then another. His legs shook, but they moved. I can try, he said. Good enough, Jack said. Let's move. They left the bunker and moved through the ruins. Jack supported Kelver with one arm, rifle in the other. His steps were fast but quiet. Then they saw the shadows. 6 of them. Armed. Not human. Zalari hunters, Kelver's people. One of them shouted, Surrender the traitor. Kelver's voice was steady. They call me that now. Jack looked at him. They're after you. What happens if I give you to them? Kelver smirked. You already know the answer. Jack sighed. Yeah, I do. He turned to face the hunters. They fired first. Jack moved like lightning. Bullets flew past, but none hit. His reflexes had changed. His aim was faster. His eyes tracked the enemy like machines. Calver tried to help, firing from behind rubble. In 1 minute, 4 hunters were down. The last 2 ran. Jack stood still, glowing lightly, heart calm. Calver limped over. "You shouldn't be alive." Jack looked at him. "Neither should you." They stood there, wounded but breathing. The fight wasn't over. It was just beginning. But in that moment, they understood something. They weren't just survivor and enemy anymore. They were linked by blood, by war, and by a secret that was older than both their worlds. And somewhere deep inside Jack, the voice returned. "You are the key, but others will come. Be ready." Hunted. The air smelled like metal, ash, and betrayal. Jack pressed his back against the cold stone wall of the mountain cave. Rain hit the rocks outside like bullets. He held his rifle tight, eyes watching the dark. No fire, no sound, no mistakes. Calver sat nearby, his breathing low and sharp. His legs were working again barely, but his eyes were sharp, alert, angry. They were no longer running from one enemy. Now they were running from 2 sides. Jack had seen it with his own eyes just hours ago. A human drone squad, hovering high above the valley, spotted him and sent back a message. "Target acquired. Soldier Carter is armed with hostile alien. Engage on sight." They didn't care that Calver had saved Jack's life. They didn't care Jack was still one of them. To the military, he was compromised, infected, a risk. Now he was hunted by his own people. Calver looked at Jack. "They've marked you." "I noticed," Jack said coldly. Calver lowered his voice. "You should leave me behind." Jack glared at him. "Don't say that again." "Why not?" "Because I don't leave friends behind." Calver blinked. "Friends?" Jack looked out at the rain. "Yeah, that's what this is now." A loud crack split the air. Not thunder. A ship small, fast, and not Zalari. Jack swore under his breath. Scout drop pod, human tech. Calver leaned forward. "How far?" Jack closed his eyes. 2 minutes. Maybe less. They grabbed their gear and moved deeper into the cave. But this cave wasn't empty. As they passed through a narrow passage, Jack saw carvings on the walls, old, smooth, glowing faintly. Calver stopped. "This is impossible." "What?" Calver stepped forward and touched the symbols. "These are pre-seed markings." "Pre-seed?" Calver nodded. "The ones who created the lifeblood. This was one of their places, a hidden vault." Jack stared at the carvings. "Why here?" Calver looked at him. "Maybe because they knew you'd come." Jack laughed once. "You're starting to sound like a prophet." Calver tilted his head. "Or maybe just someone paying attention." Suddenly, a roar of fire echoed behind them. The drop pod had landed. Boots hit the ground outside. Jack and Calver moved faster. The cave opened into a chamber. In the middle stood a single black spire, like a machine or a monument. Jack touched it. His fingers lit up. So did the spire. It responded to him. Calver whispered, "It's choosing you." Then an explosion shook the entrance. Human soldiers rushed into the cave with guns raised. Jack turned, glowing, veins crawling across his neck and arms. One of the soldiers shouted, "On your knees! Drop your weapon!" Jack didn't move. Another soldier stepped forward. "This is your last chance, Carter." Jack looked at Calver. Calver nodded slowly. "Go ahead." Jack raised his hands. But instead of surrendering, he pressed his palm to the black spire. The cave trembled. The lights in the walls pulsed. Then boom. A wave of force shot out, knocking all the soldiers off their feet. Smoke filled the air. When it cleared, Jack stood taller. Not changed on the outside, but somehow more awake. One soldier groaned, reaching for a weapon. Jack pointed at him. "Don't." The soldier froze. Jack walked over and removed their comms device. "You're not my enemy, but if you chase me again, I will treat you like one." He turned and helped Calver to his feet. The soldiers didn't follow. They were too stunned. As Jack and Kelver escaped into the rain, Kelver asked, "Do you understand now?" Jack didn't answer right away. Then he said, "Yeah, I'm not just hunted. I'm feared." The new warrior. The first time Jack saw his reflection after the cave, he didn't recognize the man staring back. The river was cold, fast, wild. Jack knelt by the edge and washed his face. Mud and blood mixed with the water and flowed downstream. Then he looked into it and froze. His eyes weren't the same. They glowed faintly. Not red, not blue, something in between. Like energy trapped behind glass. His skin looked sharper. Not alien, but not fully human anymore. Stronger, cleaner, almost too perfect. Kelver stood behind him, leaning on a broken branch for support. "It's happening faster than I thought," Kelver said softly. Jack touched his face. "Am I still me?" Kelver paused. "Yes, but more." Jack didn't like that answer. They had escaped the cave. The spire, the soldiers, the light, it had all changed something. Not just inside Jack's body, but in his mind. He remembered things he had never seen. He understood languages he had never studied. He dreamed of machines too large for any world, and stars that whispered in code. Kelver sat beside him. His legs were healing. He could walk short distances now. But his voice was heavier. "Jack," he said, "you need to hear the rest." "The rest of what?" Kelver looked away. "The truth." Jack stood and crossed his arms. "Start talking." Kelver took a breath. "My people didn't just steal the lifeblood. We experimented with it. We tried to create warriors with it. But it failed. Most of them went mad. The rest died." Jack listened, silent. Kelver continued, "But one time we tried something different. We sent it off-world, into the stars. We hoped another species might bond with it better." Jack stepped back. "You mean this wasn't an accident?" Kelver nodded slowly. "It was sent to Earth, a long time ago. Hidden inside ancient debris. Your kind found it without knowing, buried it, built over it." Jack's heartbeat grew louder. "I was born near one of those ruins," he said quietly. Kelver looked up. "Then maybe this was always inside you, waiting." Jack felt cold. Not from the wind, from the truth. He had always wondered why he survived injuries others didn't, why he felt strange in childhood, why doctors never understood his body. Now he knew. He was part of something old, engineered, hidden. He wasn't becoming the new warrior. He was born to be one. But before he could process it, something flashed in the sky. A large ship, human. Not military. A Black Ops vessel. No markings, silent, dangerous. Kelver stood up fast. "They found you again." Jack narrowed his eyes. "No, they've been watching. The ship didn't land. It released something small. A sphere. It hovered toward them. Smooth and silent. Jack aimed his weapon. The sphere spoke. "Soldier Jack Carter, you are ordered to surrender and report to Base 9 for containment and study. Do not resist." Jack didn't answer. The sphere pulsed. "This is your only warning." Jack lowered his weapon. "You want me? Fine." He reached out and placed his glowing hand on the sphere. For a second, nothing. Then flash. The sphere shut down. Dead. Kelver's jaw dropped. "You overrode it." Jack turned to him. "They don't control me anymore." Kelver looked, both proud and worried. "That means they'll send more. Stronger ones." Jack nodded. "Let them." He looked at his hand. It no longer felt like a weapon. It felt like a message, not just to humans, not just to aliens, but to whatever made him. "I'm not your project," Jack said aloud. "I'm not your soldier. I'm your mistake. And sometimes mistakes are the deadliest thing in the universe." Asterisk the choice. The message didn't come through a screen. It came through Jack's blood. He was standing in a desert alone, wind pushing dust across the cracked ground. No signals. No satellites. No tech. But somehow, he still heard it. A voice. Not outside, inside. They are preparing to destroy. Earth, you must decide. Step forward or let it fall. Jack dropped to his knees. The glow in his veins pulsed like a heartbeat. Kelver ran to him, worried. What is it? What's wrong? Jack looked up slowly. His voice was cold. They just gave me a choice. Kelver froze. Who? Jack didn't blink. The ones behind the lifeblood. The real architects. Not your people, not mine. The ones above both. Kelver's voice shook. They contacted you? No, they activated me. That night. They found an abandoned comms tower and turned it on. Static buzzed for a few seconds, then cleared. On the screen, a face appeared. Human. But not familiar. A woman in a black uniform. Clean, precise. Her eyes were sharp like lasers. Jack Carter. This is Command Director Rail of Earth Defense Black Division. Jack narrowed his eyes. You've been following me. Since the lifeblood reacted to you. You're not a soldier anymore, Jack. You're a weapon, and you need to be contained. I'm not your tool, Jack said. No, you're not. You're a threat. She paused. Then added, in 12 hours, Earth Command will fire a Class 0 missile at the alien flagship above Sector 8. Estimated casualties, 3 million. We believe the flagship is a central control hub for this unknown blood tech infection. Kelver stood behind Jack. That's my people's vessel. It's full of civilians. Director Ryle looked straight at the camera. Then tell your alien friend to evacuate them. Kelver whispered, we can't. They're wounded, sick, many can't move. Jack clenched his jaw. You have one option, Ryle continued. Surrender yourself. Let us study the lifeblood inside you. Maybe we'll stop the strike. Then the screen went black. Silenced. Kale single quotes. VAR sat down. You can't trust them. Even if you go, they'll strike anyway. Jack didn't answer. His mind was split in two. Save Earth, or save Kelver's people. He stepped outside, staring at the night sky. A single light blinked far above. The alien flagship. His veins glowed again. And this time, another message came. But it wasn't words. It was a memory. Not his own. He saw a planet beautiful, green, and watched as a black shadow covered it. Machines, sent by the same creators of the lifeblood. They didn't heal. They erased. And now they were coming again. Jack grabbed his rifle. Not to fight, but to choose. He walked back in. I'm going up there. Kelver's eyes widened. To the flagship? Yes, I need to warn them. And maybe stop what's coming. Kelver stood slowly. Then I'm coming with you. Jack smiled. Didn't expect anything else. Together, they found a crashed enemy scout shuttle nearby damaged. But FLYABLE. They powered it on. Kelver looked over. This may be the last ride. Jack nodded. Then let's make it count. As they lifted into the sky, Earth's command center detected their launch. Red lights flashed. Missile countdown started. To -2 hours. In space. The stars watched in silence. Below. Earth prepared to kill what it didn't understand. And above. Two former enemies raced to stop it. Asterisk, the final stand. The stars were quiet, but Jack could hear them screaming. As the stolen shuttle flew closer to the alien flagship, Jack stared out the window. Thousands of lights blinked across the black skyships, weapons, warnings, but he wasn't afraid. The glow in his blood was steady now, controlled, like it finally knew what it wanted to be. Kelver sat beside him, armor strapped on. His legs still ached, but he stood tall. This isn't just about your planet anymore, he said. Jack nodded. I know. They docked at the flagship's lower bay. The alien guards raised their weapons, but stopped when they saw Kelver. Their Eyes widened in shock. "General Kelver," one whispered. "You're alive?" Kelver stepped forward. "Put down your weapons. We don't have time." Inside the massive ship, injured aliens filled the halls. Some missing limbs, some barely conscious. All of them helpless and above Earth. The missile clock kept ticking. T-minus 30 minutes. Jack entered the command center. Alien officers glared at him. "Why bring a human here? He's the enemy." Kelver slammed a fist on the table. "No, he's the only one trying to save you." "Jack, step forward. Listen to me. Your ship is being targeted." "Earth thinks you're carrying a weapon," the commander growled. "We carry the wounded." Jack's eyes glowed faintly. "Then help me prove that." He placed his hand on the main console. The system resisted. Then, click. Unlocked. The lifeblood. Inside him, connected to the flagship's core. Jack uploaded a full scan of the ship, showing no weapons, only life support and medical systems. Then he sent it to Earth Command. Back on Earth, alarms sounded in the war room. The data came through. "Clear and undeniable, sir." "The flagship isn't hostile," an officer said. But Director Ryle narrowed her eyes. "She's stalling." Kelver muttered from the ship. "She won't cancel the missile," Jack agreed. "She's already made her choice." He turned to Kelver. "Then I'll make mine." He walked to the ship's deep core. Past engines, through vaults of alien tech. Kelver followed. "What are you doing?" Jack stopped at the heart of the ship, a glowing orb. The neural pulse core. Kelver's eyes widened. "That's connected to every ship in this system." Jack nodded, including the ones about to be hit. Kelver stepped back. "If you use it, it will burn you." "Your body can't handle that power." Jack smiled softly. "It's not just my body anymore." He placed both hands on the core. Light burst through the walls. Kelver shouted, "Jack, stop!" But Jack didn't move. The lifeblood inside him surged. And for the first time, it spoke to him in full. "Bridge complete. Systems unlocked. Final action available. Choose." And Jack answered with a whisper, "Protect them all." A wave of light shot out from the flagship across every channel, every frequency. It hijacked the missile's guidance systems. The warhead exploded far from the ship. In empty space. No lives lost. Silence followed. Then a single voice came through. "Earth's comes, Jax. I'm not your weapon. I'm not your threat. I'm your mirror. And I won't fight your war anymore." Down on Earth, Director Reel said nothing. She simply turned off the screen. On the flagship, Jack collapsed. Kelver caught him before he hit the floor. "Jack, stay with me." Jack's eyes opened slowly. The glow was fading. "It's done," he said. "You saved them all," Kelver replied. Jack smiled faintly. "No, we did." He closed his eyes, and for a moment, Kelver thought it was the end. But Jack's chest rose again. The lifeblood wasn't killing him. It was remaking him, stronger, balanced, something new, something the galaxy had never seen before. Epilogue. Weeks later, peace talks began between Earth and the Zalari. Kelver became a voice for unity. And Jack? He disappeared. Some say he went beyond the stars. Others believe he became something more than human. But everyone remembers one thing. When everyone refused to save the paralyzed alien warrior, one human soldier changed everything. And that was only the beginning, the end.